Hello and welcome back to Arkish DIY. This is a short tutorial on how to use Microsoft's application 3D Builder. To start off, you can select New Scene, and that'll give you a blank scene to start fresh from, or you can open a file you've recently used or one on your computer by clicking Load Object and opening a file from your computer. Alright, go to the Insert option on the top menu bar. It'll give you several objects that you can insert. I'm going to insert a cube. Alright, to move the cube, just grab the green arrows or blue arrows. If you have a certain axis selected, it'll turn green like that. And you can move it using those arrows, or come down here and enter the value of its placement on the plane. For example, if I want it to move 50 millimeters along the y-axis upward, I can just enter 50 and it'll move up to the 50 millimeter mark. You can see it right there. To center the camera, just double click, and if you do not have an object selected, that will center the camera to the origin of the plane. If you have an object selected, it will center the camera on that object or objects you have selected. I'm going to double click and it centers on the object. Alright, to change the size of the object, you can go here to this little option and change the scale, or the size, really. Right now I have it set in millimeters. You can change it to the percent value if you want. This shows you it's 178.23% of its normal size. I haven't changed its size along the y-axis at all, so it's 40 millimeters right here, and if you go to percent, it's 100, so it's just the default value. Go to object, and you can duplicate your object by clicking duplicate, and as you can see, it duplicates it right there. Delete deletes it. Imagine that. Settle, it settles it on the ground. Mirror mirrors the object. Measure, you can measure how from point to point on your object. If you have snapping on, it'll snap to corners and edges and things. Just click where you want the measurement to end after you click for the measurement to start, and it'll show you the distance up here. It's 40 millimeters. You can also measure to the corner, whatever you want. It's 54.87. Alright, edit. You can use this to change the shape of the object. You can do a lot of things with edit and the tools there. Emboss, you can put different type or symbols on the object. It's like that. You can kind of see the letters there. Split, this is very useful. You can change the shape of the object. You see this green transparent plane, that's kind of like a knife blade. It's cutting the object. I can move that plane to change the object's shape, like you see there. Keep bottom if you want to keep the other side, or keep both if you want to keep both of them, and check mark to split. And right there it split the object. You can use that to put diagonals on different things you want, or to create shapes that aren't available in the insert menu. To paint it, just go to paint, hit color, and select the color you want. More colors gives you a more customized selection of colors, customizable colors, I guess. If you have the coverage all the way up, when you click the object, it'll paint the whole object all the way around. But if you turn the coverage down, it will only paint the face of the object that you selected. Different things like that. Check mark to color. Alright, there's also some options over here on the side. Group, it will group multiple objects in the scene to one object. Say for instance I had a cone and I wanted to group it with this other object we have right here. I can select both of them and click group, and it will group them into one object. So when I click the cone, it deselects both of them because they're really one object. When I move them, they move together like that. Ungroup, it'll ungroup them. Deselect all, that's a quick way to deselect everything, or there's also invert selection. After you're done making whatever you're making, you can click the save button. This will save your scene in the 3MF format. If you want to save it in a different format, go over here to the menu and hit save as, and it gives you different options, formats to save your file in, such as STL, OBJ, PLY, all the common formats. You can't save it in the AC3D format. If you want to know how to convert one of the typical formats to AC3D, just look at my other video. It's called How to Convert to AC3D Using Blender. Alright, I think that's about it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, and if you want to, subscribe.